Welcome to Off the Court, a show dedicated to making you the best version of yourself as a player and as a person. I'm Coach Jack, CEO and owner of Close the Gate Hoops. If you're trying to take your life and game to the next level, this is the podcast for you. Let's get it. Gratefulness meditation. What is it? How can it drastically improve your life? So basically what this is, I started doing this as a morning routine habit about 2 months ago, and I've seen absolutely crazy changes throughout my day because of it. But basically what gratefulness meditation is you just sit down and when you're meditating, you're focusing on one thing. And when we gratefully meditate, we're focusing just on the act of gratefulness. And what this can do for us, basically, it allows us to set our mindset throughout our day, looking towards what we can take away and more of a growth mindset for any type of situation versus a fixed mindset. So basically what a growth mindset is, you guys, is when we look at a situation knowing that we can grow from it no matter what is happening to us. So the quote, "Everything happens to us in our best interests," is from a growth-stemmed mindset versus a fixed mindset thinks things are definite and cannot be changed no matter what happens. And it's actually in the values here at Close the Gate Hoops is we have an acronym called I-GROW, and we want those values to be lived out wholeheartedly by all our employees. The G in I-GROW is growth mindset. A good example of a fixed mindset could be someone that's believing that athleticism, it can't be improved, or intelligence is something that is either given to you or not given to you. That's a fixed mindset. Here at Close the Gate, we believe in the growth mindset, and we believe in that living out the growth mindset throughout all our employees, but also instilling it into our kids. Basically, what gratefulness meditation is then is that you think of every possible thing that you could be grateful for. So yes, many mornings you're going to repeat things, but I guarantee you the day before, there's tons of new things that happen that you can find positives in and be grateful for. But what this does is when you gratefully meditate every morning, it not only does it set your mindset right for looking at the positives and being in a great mood, but it also gets the ball rolling and builds momentum for yourself. So what this means is when I have a task that I do every single morning that I feel is productive for myself and something that I know is good for myself, that's going to make me get more of those things done throughout the day. It's kind of like if you threw a snowball off of a mountain, right, and it's rolling down the mountain, the ball is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you're going to keep getting more things done that are towards that same type of productive activity. So whenever I gratefully meditate in the morning, it gets me in the right mood, and it also gets the ball rolling for me to be more productive. So like an hour ago, I gratefully meditated, and I immediately started writing the things down that I need to do, and now I'm doing this podcast in front of you. And that's because I got the ball rolling and I started my day right. If gratefully meditating and sitting down and hearing the gratefulness thoughts or prayer when you wake up in the morning isn't for you, I would recommend then doing writing it down in a journal of gratefulness. And I used to do gratefulness at night, and I found it is much, much more effective if we do gratefulness in the morning. And that's the same reasons I've been talking, rambling on here, is because when we're grateful in the morning, it sets our mind right for the rest of the day. Versus when we're grateful when we go to bed, obviously we're sleeping and our days has already passed. But a lot of things, guys, that I talk about when I'm gratefully meditating in the morning is family is the first thing that comes to mind. There's no other family that I would want to be in other than the Hummel family. Clean water, being able to clean myself off with clean water, being able to drink clean water, knowing all the people in third world countries in dealing with not having clean water. It's something that I've had my whole life, yes, but that's still something I have to talk about in my brain in terms of being grateful for, because without clean water, you can have very, very sad diseases and things of that nature. But clean water is something I'm always thankful for, the roof over my head. And yes, I know this sounds stereotypical, but it really does put you in your mindset. But when you're also gratefully meditating about those basic things that most of us have, it's important to have empathy for people that don't have it, right? Because if you just say that you're grateful for those things over and over and over, it's going to lose its flavor. But then you have to look at the flip side of the coin. So when I'm gratefully meditating for the roof over my head, I got to think of all the people that don't have that to really see how blessed we are. Because we all are really, really blessed, and we don't even realize it because we're too focused on all the things that are going wrong in our life, which is why gratefully meditating is such a hack, is because it flips that mindset of always looking for things that are wrong. The last thing I wanted to add about gratefully meditating is that I do it in the shower. And the reason for this is called a habit stack. We're habit stacking skills. And that means every morning I take a shower anyways, right? So to build a new habit, I added 2 habits together so that I stick to another habit, right? So a new habit for me could be gratefully meditating. And so I added that to gratefully meditating in the shower, which made it extremely easy to get into the habit of. So I have a stool in the shower, and I just sit down and I'll pray, I'll gratefully meditate, and it really, really does get my mindset into just something that my mindset wasn't in before I started doing this. But and of course, I am so grateful for all of you listeners right now, for all the students in Close the Gate. I seriously, none of this stuff that Close the Gate has done would be possible without the students that really love Close the Gate and all the trainers we have. But we talk about it all the time here at Close the Gate. We just love all you guys, and we're just so lucky to have all the students that we do, because it really does make our job really, really easy. And we believe it's definitely the best job in the world for us, being able to impact you guys and building those relationships and just having fun playing the game that we love. But I strongly encourage all of you listening right now, try out gratefulness meditation. If you're struggling to get in the habit, skill stacking it with something you do every morning could be a great idea. But I promise you, this is going to get you in the right mindset for the rest of the day. That growth mindset, that everything that happens to you is in your best interest, and that we can learn and grow from it. That's really going to change your life. And no matter what circumstance is thrown at you, you're going to be ready for it. Even if it's the worst possible thing you could think of, right? It's in your best interest, and you're going to grow from it. So we want that growth mindset, not that fixed mindset like in CTG's company core values. But it also, lastly, gets the ball rolling, right? Building momentum is so important for getting things done throughout your day, and that's one of the best ways to start doing that. Thank you, Gatekeepers, for listening. Be ready for the next episode of Off the Court, and start gratefully meditating today. Thanks. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Off the Court. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please don't forget to leave reviews if you haven't yet. This helps us with engagement and helps us rank higher to make an influence on more basketball lives. I also strongly encourage you guys to check out our free ebook download that's 25 pages long, How to Unlock the Mental Side of the Game. I was a player that was constantly grinding and constantly working, and it was really hard for me not to see results from the amount of work I was putting in. But this ebook that I wrote dives exactly into those types of questions. I was completely ignoring the most important part of basketball, which is the mental side of the game. So the 25-page ebook that I wrote is for you guys to give yourselves a leg up on your competition and almost like a secret weapon. I call it the basketball cheat code. Also, check out our website, ctghoops.com. On there, we got tons of programs that you guys can download to make yourselves a better basketball player. We have the CTG Productivity Notebook, helping you guys become addicted to productivity. Of course, in-person training. We are located now in multiple cities. And then we have the CTG blog, free education on becoming your best basketball self. Lastly, follow all our social media pages at CTG Hoops, where we post multiple times a day, trying to make you the best player and person that you can be. All the links for these are down in the description below. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys check out all the other episodes of Off the Court, and make sure you're ready for next week's episode. I'm Coach Jack. We out, baby. Peace.